We all understand the type of climate that we're dealing with. We're dealing with multiple offer situations.
I'd love to know sort of what's your why? What makes you tick? Why are you so successful?
Have a dialogue with your lawyer. Have a dialogue with your agent.
Both sort of passionate about sort of what we do.
Again, vet your agent to make sure that they're experienced and they're local. I like that idea.
No excuse to miss it on Saturdays from 8 to 9.
That's right.
WBZ.
And now, the show that gives you the latest and most relevant housing market news. Real Estate Radio Boston with financial expert Rick Scherer and legal professional Ali Alavi.
Now, we have Erica Wallace on the phone to talk to us about Tech Talk.
We got Tech Talk. We got 2.5-minute Tech Talk.
Hey, how are you?
What's happening?
Thanks. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. This week we're looking at an app called Bot, pronounced like BOUGHT, but spelled BAWTE. And it's a great app that will create an inventory of all the things you own, basically making it easier for you to track all the purchases you have for tax reasons, and also, especially when you're buying a new home, you have a lot more of the new appliances and gadgets and things like that. But it takes that to the next level. Not only will it store all of your warranty information and manuals, but they will actually, if something should happen, your washing machine breaks down or something happens to the dishwasher or the toaster, they'll actually contact the manufacturer on your behalf, do the research on that model, and they'll come back to you with an array of different solutions. So it really helps you save some time.
Erica, when I purchased my home, the seller of our home brought a massive folder with all these manuals and warranties and all that stuff.
Accordion.
Would this app allow me to be able to just hand over all that information to a potential buyer?
Absolutely. In fact, a lot of the most common and most used appliances and things like that are already on the site. So all you need to do is do a quick search, and you would actually have the most up-to-date manual. You could toss the manual you have, because the reason they created this app is they thought all those manuals at the back of the drawer aren't doing anyone any good.
Right.
And when things go wrong, a lot of times we procrastinate and don't make those follow-up calls, because who wants to sit on hold with the music playing, for hours on end. So they actually take kind of the pain out of that problem, but they do have all the most up-to-date manuals and all the most up-to-date instructions and video tutorials on all of the products that are already there. So you tap into what everyone else has as well.
Now, Erica, we got to wrap up, but is it free? Does it cost any money?
It's free. It's free. You just have to create an account at BAWTE.com, and the app will allow you to just scan right from the app and put all of your valuables in one click.
Good deal.
Awesome.
Erica, thank you so much. A lot of stuff going on right now in housing. The city is sort of blowing up. You've got the Seaport District that's just on fire. What are you seeing out there? Where are you? We talked about this last week. I mean, there's a lot of cranes in the sky. What are you seeing out there?
Because inventory is so tight right now, prices obviously are going up. Cap rates are falling, and it is becoming more difficult for your smaller investor to gain a foothold in a marketplace and grow. This client, that your listener that actually called, initially said that what they wanted to do was buy a multifamily in the Cambridge, Somerville area, 3-family, owner-occupy one unit, and then rent out the other two. And in doing that, they were hoping that they would put some money away eventually and buy another one and buy another one.
Sure.
The problem with doing that is that properties are so expensive in the Davis Square areas, or the areas that they were looking, that plan was going to take 30 years.
Now, you're saying that the length of time to be able to achieve this sort of wealth building strategy, if you will, was shortened as a result of being able to acquire assets that were priced lower, correct?
Well, priced lower and more opportunity to value add.
Okay.
And so you can buy 3-4 properties at once for the price of one and create value there, and as long as you're still at that 80-20 ratio for financing, you can pull out your appreciation equity and use those funds to buy something else.
Because markets like Cambridge and Somerville, and they've already tapped out. They're going to get top dollar.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about sort of what are some of the things that you're seeing, frustrations?
Yeah, and the challenges.
Sure. Here's the biggest challenge. These servicers, because they take up such a big part of the distressed market, what they're really hedging for is fraud. They want to make sure that the property is being sold for market value. Mm-hmm. So they don't want insider deals. People are just kind of getting houses for less than market value, turning them around and selling them months later, right? So what they've done is they've signed an auction process. And now what they're saying is, even if you get an offer on the property they're not going to approve the short sale until that property goes on one of their auction websites. This creates a huge conflict for agents, right?
Whoa.
You have a property under agreement, and then that agent, the listing agent, is then forced to remarket the property on one of these websites. So it's a very peculiar situation to be in. Whoa. So what we're doing right now...
That's crazy.
It is. It is absolutely crazy.
What is bankruptcy?
Bankruptcy is something that's out there for families that, a lot of families are out there today and they're getting taken to court. They're paying $100, $200 a month for the rest of their life on debts, even small debts. Mm-hmm. And bankruptcy is just a way, sometimes people can't, they know they can't get out of it. It's a solution to be able to put their money in their pocket again and not the credit card companies and the mortgage companies that they're behind on. So, people just get to the point where there's nothing left for them to do. They're working about a check or a check and a half of their paycheck a month go to credit card companies. Mm-hmm. And they finally sit down and they say, look, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not putting away any money for my kids. I'm not putting any money away for anything. And I got to put a stop to it. So it's not just, people that come in that, but they're garnishing people's paychecks. They're doing a lot of things to scare people into doing it. There's collection companies that are calling them night, day, dropping things off at their house. So it gives them an ability to start over. But it's the last thing that everyone wants to do when they come in. But I go over all the solutions with them. I don't push the bankruptcy on them. I go over the debt settlement stuff. I tell them about the tax problems with that. And, are they going to really be able to get the money to help them? And a lot of the times people can't settle their debt because they don't have the money to settle their debt. They're paying for school. They're paying for their mortgages. They're paying for stuff.